It's going to get cold there very soon as well, and that leads us to this next story. Every year as the weather does get colder, kids in this area are at risk of going through winter without a warm jacket. That's why, once again, Fox 23 News is holding the Coats for Kids drive. You can help out by turning in a gently used coat to dozens of local dry cleaners. If you're in Schenectady, you can donate at the Best Cleaners on State Street in Schenectady. That's where we find Mr. Steve Teeling with more details on an important drive. We're kicking it off, Steve.
All right, John, thank you so very much. Yes, it is that time of year again. Coats for Kids, a very important campaign that Fox 23 has been involved with for many, many years. And today we are at Best Cleaners on State Street in Schenectady. We are actually going to be talking to the owner coming up in just a little bit. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of behind the scenes of what is happening out there. Obviously, these machines are usually loud and going all day long, but we're after hours here. But we wanted to give you a little bit of an insight onto what goes on, what you can do, what Coats for Kids is all about. Now, basically, you can just bring in a gently used coat, outerwear, something that you don't need anymore. Bring it to any one of the participating cleaners, which, by the way, we have over 50 of them on our list this year. And basically, if you bring them in, they'll do the rest. That's all you got to do. They'll clean them. They'll make sure they get to a needy kid and even adult. It doesn't just have to be kids' clothes or kids' jackets. It could be adults, kids, ladies' wear, men's wear, anything that you can bring in. These wonderful and generous cleaners are going to be taking care of them and doing the best to get them out as soon as possible to the people that need them. Now, we are teaming up. Fox 23 is teaming up with Meridians, CDPHP, and the National Cleaners Association. We're all involved in this. We're all teaming up to get those kids some coats for this upcoming winter. Now, it's a little cool out there today. Let's take a look at our satellite radar composite. Luckily, there is no rain on our radar. But if you look at the clouds, the northern half of our viewing area pretty much partly to mostly cloudy. The southern half pretty much in the sunshine, and right around Albany and the greater capital region kind of in the middle with partly cloudy skies. As mentioned, it's that time of year. Once again, Coats for Kids is here. We're going to be talking a little bit more about that, what you can do as a viewer, how easy it is for you. And of course, we'll be talking to one of the owners of one of our participating dry cleaners, Best Cleaners. That's all coming up in just a little bit. John, back to you.
All right, Steve, we look forward to that. Steve Teeling live in Schenectady. Coming up after days of having phone...
Now, weather where you live with Chief Meteorologist Steve Teeling.
Big day for us here at Fox 23. The Coats for Kids program kicking off. Steve joins us live at the Best Cleaners in Schenectady on State Street. Take it away, Steve.
Yeah, that's right, John. Thank you so very much. And I love this time of year. Not only is it fall and you get the warm days and the cool nights, but you start the campaign again, the Coats for Kids campaign, which has been so successful over the years. And we are, again, doing it with all the participating cleaners that we have, over 50 of them helping out. And, of course, with me is one of the owners of Best Cleaners. We are in Schenectady. Catherine McCann joins us. Thank you so much for joining us. And, Catherine, I know you have a number of stores in and around the greater capital region. Are all the stores participating in this?
Absolutely. We have 10, and every store is participating in, and they will accept it whenever you bring it in. It's really important to bring it in now. As you said, it's getting much colder. The kids need the coats, but anytime, all year you want to bring it in, any Best Cleaners location will accept it. And because we do delivery to a lot of the homeowners in the capital region, we will come to your house and get it to make it as easy as possible for you.
Wonderful. Now, what are the folks that come in? What do they need to do? It's fairly simple for them, isn't it?
It is simple as, here's my coat, Steve. It's for charity. It's for Coats for Kids. That's it. We'll take care of everything. We'll clean it. We'll check it for any little tears. We'll make it look like new. We even put a label on it to make it look like the kids are getting new coats. We'll package it and send it off to the distribution centers so the kids that need get it.
Okay. And behind us here, we actually have bins of coats right here that are ready to be done. Now, have they just been brought in? Has anything been done with these yet?
Nothing's been done with these at all. They're just sitting here waiting to get going. We get about 5 or 6 of these a day recently because there's been a lot of drives. Best Cleaners did a drive through a bunch of the school systems and churches. So we get a lot, and we just get them through every day.
And as simple as that, isn't it?
As simple as that.
Well, Catherine, thank you so much for joining us today. And I know you and some of your competition, but we're all in it together for the kids, aren't we? So thank you so much for participating, and thanks so much for coming on tonight. We truly appreciate it. Have a great day. All right, I got to do some weather here. How about that? We were talking about some windy conditions, some breezy conditions, and even some cooler conditions across the region. Let's get to our first graphic, and this is just a little bit of a thank you. You can see the top one right there, Best Cleaners. They are at the top of our list, and what that really is a thank you from Fox 23 and Meridians and CDPHP and the National Cleaners Association, where they are again joining in with Fox 23, helping us out with the Coats for Kids drive. Okay, 4 live Doppler radars. What are we looking at? Well, thankfully nothing. We don't have anything showing up on the radar tonight. The satellite radar composite right now shows, again, a lot of clouds up to the north, mostly sunny conditions down to the south, and we're kind of stuck in the middle here, which isn't a bad day out there. Partly to mostly sunny skies, depending on your location. All right, what are we doing with our weather for tomorrow? Well, it looks like the continuation of the nice weather, partly sunny skies, although more clouds will be moving in late tomorrow, 63 the high. Cloudy, some occasional rain, windy conditions on Wednesday, 58. That looks like the worst day of the week. Some lingering showers into Thursday, breezy again with a high of 58. And of course, your Dunkin' Donuts 7-day planner calls for better weather just in time for this upcoming weekend. Partly cloudy, 53 Friday. It looks like a good deal of sun Saturday and Sunday, with temperatures getting on up into the mid to upper 50s. All right, we're back here, Best Cleaners in Schenectady on State Street. Look at all the coats that have yet to be cleaned and pressed and labeled and given out to all the kids. We need your help. This is going to be going on for weeks and weeks, but don't delay. Get to the closet, see if you have any used garments, outerwear, coats, jackets, and let's get them to the people who absolutely need them this upcoming winter. John, back to you.
All right, good luck with all of it. Steve Teeling live in Schenectady. Still ahead, they could have been in a coma for years.
This is Fox 23 News in Focus.
Now that the weather is starting to take a colder turn, most of us are thinking about pulling out the warmer clothes from the closet, especially warmer coats. For some kids, there is no coat to pull out, and that's what we're talking about today. Good morning and welcome to Fox 23 in Focus. I'm Walt McClure. Today's topic, the Coats for Kids program, which Fox 23 is proud to again be sponsoring this year for the 5th time. Joining me today to talk about it is Tim McCann of Best Cleaners, the president and owner of Best Cleaners. Tim, welcome here today.
Thank you.
Talk a little bit about Coats for Kids and what it means to you guys.
Well, Coats for Kids is a tremendous program. It serves the greatest need in the community for kids, and for adults as well. It's called Coats for Kids, but we collect coats for all ages. And this year especially, there's just a tremendous need in the community, both as a result of donated inventories being drawn down from flooding in the fall, and also just the general economic times have created a need that we're hoping to fill. And I really appreciate Fox supporting Coats for Kids as well as Meridians. It's a fantastic partnership, and we really hope to really hit it out of the park this year.
So you were saying, I mean, normally, you know, you will get collections of things throughout the year when people are doing their semi-annual cleaning out the closet type of a thing. Right. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, you know, I'm sure your household is the same as mine. We clean out our closets twice a year, spring, fall. We're pulling out coats, we're pulling out dresses, we're pulling out business wear, all the you know, my kids grew about 2.5 inches last year, so they've got some perfectly good clothes that they're out of. All those things, there are homes for every single one of piece of garment, shoes, blankets, bedding, really everything in your house. There is a need in our community, very close to our homes, and this is a way to let people unload things that might be clutter in their home, but really are necessities and needed by other folks in the community.
And probably even more than even a Salvation Army, or as much as a Salvation Army, you guys kind of get some of that stuff. People will come. You say people kind of tend to come year after year. They know when they're done, when they've got it, they can bring it to you, and you'll find a home for it.
Right. And that's true. We collect all year round. This Coats for Kids is a seasonal push, and the demand is immediate now. But we never turn away a donated item. We take those items, we clean them, restore them if it's a gown or a prom dress or something like that. We'll do some tailoring and repair work if necessary, and then we'll store those items for the different charities that we work with, whether it be Coats for Kids, the Cinderella Project, which is focused on gowns and prom dresses, as well as Dressed for Success, which is obviously focused on professional wear for folks that are either re-entering the job market or have endeavored to get some additional training and make them qualified for a more professional role, but they may not have the means or know-how to put together a professional wardrobe. So all these programs together are meant to lift up parts of our community that are in need, that are important, and for Best Cleaners, we're doing it for a lot of reasons. We're doing it because it's the right thing to do. We're doing it because we can. We have a facility. It's about 20,000 square feet. That we have the space and the capacity and the ability, and we have a great team of people. That we have the resources to do this. And then, as our community does better, Best Cleaners does better. So we're approaching it from both sides.
No, I know part of what you guys are doing, obviously you've got your vans that are out making deliveries or picking things up or going between stores, and then you can sort of double up in terms of collecting and delivering these items that way.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got the infrastructure. We've got a great delivery manager and delivery team that are out there in every community in the capital region, Schenectady through Saratoga, east of the river, Bethlehem. We really cover the entire Albany and Capital Region, Tech Valley, if you will, and we're there. We're next to the charities. We're next to the collection points. You bring up a really good point. If we have about 4,000 delivery clients where we're delivering at their home or their business. If those folks are interested in donating clothes, they just need to put their items in a separate bag and just label it charity, and we'll take care of the rest. We'll take care of the sorting, figuring out where the garments are going to be distributed, and we just try to make it very easy for homeowners to make this gift.
I wanted to come back for a second. You said, this year is a little bit different in terms of you've already been involved in trying to collect stuff for the victims of the flooding. Right. Tell me a little bit about that. I mean, were people coming into you and saying, we have these things, we've got whatever we can give, right, or how was it working?
Well, again, this is a testament to the generosity of the community. Late in the summer, early fall, we did start collecting gently used items through farmers markets, and when the rains came and the flooding happened, there was an outpouring of donations from communities. We got lots of shoes, we got lots of bedding, household items, all sorts of clothing, and we were able to clean, restore, and get that out to communities. It drew down on the inventories that we did have, because one of the things on the back of your dry cleaning slip is a disclaimer that says if you leave your clothes here for 60 days or 90 days, it goes to charity. We wait 9 months, but if you abandon your fine suit, 9 months later, it's going to go to a charity organization. Most of those stocks and inventories were drawn down this fall through the flooding. And one of the other things we did is we helped out the Red Cross. We're involved with that organization, cleaning their gear, blankets mostly, but also the clothing that got of their volunteers when they're out in the field digging people out of digging through feet of mud to help out some real tough hit areas, and we also would do some pro bono cleaning for folks that needed it. So.
We're going to take a quick break now, but we're going to come back and talk more about the Coats for Kids program, so stay with us.
They're cleaned, we pick them up, and we distribute them to individuals in the community who needs coats. Any child who needs a coat is welcome to come in and pick up a coat.
It's an important thing to note, the Coats for Kids program getting underway again around the Capital Region, and we are here talking with Tim McCann of Best Cleaners, who is one of the people who is actively involved this year in doing that. And we were give us an idea about some of the places or some of the the organizations where we may be finding who may be the recipients of these things.
Yeah, the surprising thing is that there are distribution points in every community. I think people sometimes imagine that there's little need in their own communities, but There are distribution points in community organizations, church organizations across the capital region, in every town, in every community. The food pantries of Albany has 43 different organizations that they work with, and they'll range from faith-based organizations to non-denominational organizations, and they're in everybody's backyard. You've got one in your backyard, I've got one in my backyard, and that's where the need is.
Do you think it's surprising to people, and I think you say that maybe people they may not see it directly, so they may not think that there is a need? Right. I mean, are you ever surprised? I mean, you've been involved with this for some time now. Are you sort of ever surprised when you see how much of a need there really is?
I think, yes. The answer is absolutely. But the more that you are involved, the more your eyes are open, and you begin to recognize the signs of need. And you also see the signs of pride that comes from somebody who can put a suit on and go to a job interview that they know they're qualified for, but they maybe weren't able to present the right image without that gift, without that donation. So it's surprising, but it's also there. So maybe it's only surprising if we're not paying attention. Mm-hmm. So,
and we were saying too, I mean, obviously you guys have a lot of locations around the area, but you're not the only cleaners that are involved. There are a number of other ones. I mean, it's kind of obviously you guys are sort of, you're in competition, but in this case, it's kind of teaming up to try to help others.
The dry cleaning business in general it's a family. They're family-run businesses. They're one of the true last mom and pop places where you can go in and to that counter, and the owner is there behind the counter. That spirit is what allows this program to be so successful every year. It's why clients know that when they clean out their closet, they just need to bring their items to their cleaner. What you're doing to publicize Coats for Kids is fantastic. But you know what? Our clients are going to be bringing in their coats and their suits anyway, because cleaners in this area have been doing it for years and years and years. And I know that the cleaners in the area will continue to do that. I know many of them very well, and they're tremendously generous people. So bring your coats in, bring your gently used items. Dig out that wedding gown. Make a gift to somebody who wants to have a really amazing special day, and drop it off at your dry cleaner and say hi to your mom and pop dry cleaner while you're at it.
Yeah, I know you said earlier that your customers they tend to know. I mean, they're people, since they've been coming to you for a long time. Right. They know when this comes up, so they may come into you with a stack of things to hand in.
Yeah, we get donations all year long. All year long. We do get a rush right now. I think people are aware of the need. People are also cleaning out their closets right now, so it's convenient. Again, in the spring, we get another rush. We talk to our clients, not using the Coats for Kids tagline, but we just call it Clean Out Your Closets for Charity. Because bring everything. Bring your shoes, bring your suit coats, your dresses, your gowns, and definitely warm weather gear. Not just coats. Bring hats, bring gloves, blankets, household items. Everything. There's a need for every item, for every garment.
No, you were saying too. You were mentioning the food pantries that they are involved in helping you distribute. I mean, are there a number of organizations? I mean, do you have anybody particularly that you're working with that is sort of your conduit to get these things out there? Or
yeah, I know, it's Cheryl. So actually, there's an organization in Cohoes, Mary's Corner, who is saying that they have a need for 1,000 coats this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So
in just Cohoes, you wouldn't think.
In just Cohoes. So there is that need in every community. Mary's Corner happens to be extremely organized and very ready and willing to take these items and coats. They're mobilized. They're very focused, and they've got some passion and energetic folks behind it. The food pantries' primary mission is to take donated food. They're the distribution points. The food pantry, as an organization, allows some efficiencies for acquiring foodstuffs and other items to be donated.
Plus, I would think, they're sort of on the front line.
Yes.
So they know if somebody's coming in for food, there's a good chance they may need a coat as well. Or when somebody comes in for that, they may say, hey, Susie, Bobby needs a coat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're gonna recognize that family. They're gonna know what the need is of that family.
What's the turnaround here? I mean, when you get these things at them, are you basically turning them, or are you kind of holding them for a while and then distributing them at the end, or are you cleaning and distributing as you're going along?
A little bit of both. As we collect through the year, we're just cleaning the items through the normal process. Today, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're collecting in the Bethlehem School District at every school. We'll collect several tons of clothing in a 3-day period from Bethlehem. So what we'll do is we'll bring our team in an extra day, and we'll process just donated items sometime in the next 2 weeks, and then we've got those items lined up for a particular organization who then has the distribution set up. So that is the interesting thing about this charity. It seems fairly straightforward. Collect a coat, get it to somebody in need. But you've got to collect a coat, you've got to clean it, you've got to make sure that it's in good condition. You've got to sort it based on seasonality, type of garment, children's, adults. Store it for a period of time, and then find a distribution partner, which there are many places that are willing to be a distribution point. And then you have to figure out a way to get that item to the distribution point when they need it. So it becomes fairly logistics heavy. But it's something that we do for our clients on a daily basis anyway, so it's really kind of second nature to us.
All right, we're going to take another quick break. We'll be back to talk more about the Coats for Kids program, so stay with us. Welcome back. We're just going to wrap things up here with Tim McCann at Best Cleaners. Let's kind of give us again a little bit of an overview about what you guys are doing, what you're going to do throughout this program in terms of collecting, cleaning, distributing.
Yeah. Well, again, any cleaner participating, please bring your donated items in. Best Cleaners, as well as the other cleaners participating, are going to clean the items, sort them in terms of where the proper distribution point is going to be. Store the item until that item can be picked up by either Best Cleaners or another distribution partner, and then those items are going to get out to the distribution points. There's an immediate need in the community. We've got the cold weather truly coming up, even though this past week has been absolutely phenomenal in terms of weather. But after that, we'll take donated items all through the year. We just would like to encourage our clients to come into any of our locations now. If you don't know where our location is, you can go to our website, which is lookyourbest.com. If you're a delivery client, simply leave the items in your delivery bag in a separate bag labeled charity, and we'll take care of it. We just really want to make it as simple as possible. Each of our locations will have a drop-off box and a very clear poster, both thanking Fox for your support, as well as Meridian's.
And obviously, as you said, there's an immediate need. I mean, this is real. This is going on for the next few weeks, but obviously, the sooner the better. Because if you can get them in, get them clean, get them out,
it helps. It helps the cleaner to give us a little bit of leeway to work these items through our production process. So the sooner the better. It gives us a little breathing room. Because the distribution points often have events. So one of the events is scheduled for later in the month of October. We've got another event in the middle of November, and we've got to deliver those garments to those organizations prior to their events. So.
And especially since we never know when it's going to start to get a little bit colder sooner.
Snow. Soon.
Really?
I'm a skier, so.
Well, that's good then.
Right.
And if you have an old ski coat, somebody can probably use it, whether a kid's going to ski or not. Those are going to be nice and warm.
Absolutely.
So, Tim McCann from Best Cleaners, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for being part of this program with us this year. And coming up, meteorologist Steve Teeling is going to be here. He's actually going to be actively involved in Coats for Kids this year. He's going to tell us about it coming up.
it. I have a lot of fun doing it, and it's such a great cause as well. The Coats for Kids have been going on for several years. I've been involved with it, over 5 years right now, and hopefully we can go another 50 years on this before all is said and done, until every kid has a coat. We have a lot of participating dry cleaners coming up this year, and I've got a list here. I did a quick count. I think right now, and this may not even be finalized, we have over 55 dry cleaners who are participating, and it runs from Albany to Slingerlands to Watervliet, Johnstown, Gloversville, Amsterdam. You have people in Clifton, or cleaners in Clifton Park, Saratoga Springs, Scotia, Cobleskill, Glens Falls, Queensbury, Hudson Falls. I mean, everybody around the area is getting in on this year.
And the idea is, now here's a couple of the ones that we have. We were talking to Tim McCann from Best Cleaners already, but some of the other ones that are
yes, Best Cleaners, many of them all across the capital region are going to be with us. We have Warrensburg Dry Cleaners up in Warrensburg, Colonial Cleaners right here in Albany. You're going to be seeing this panel, what you're seeing on your screen right now. That is going to be on every single newscast for at least a month, with 3 different dry cleaners where we give a nice thank you to. So at the 5 we'll have 3, at the 10 we'll have 3 different ones, at the 11 we'll have 3 other ones as well. So everybody is going to get in on the act. Everyone's going to know who's participating, where you can bring them. I believe there's also going to be a poster in the window of the participating dry cleaners.
Probably with this logo on there. So if you see these happy kids with coats.
Yes, it may even be my face and Jason's face. Jason Caterina, of course, is on board with this as well, our morning meteorologist. So we're all getting involved. We're all trying to, top last year. Now, last year we had a pretty successful year, even though the economy wasn't that good. And a lot of people are talking about the economy still isn't that good. So we're hoping for good things this year, and we're going to keep our fingers crossed on that. We're going to be out at some of these cleaners as well, doing live shots for the 5 o'clock news live. We don't have any dates permanently set right now, but I know we are going to visit Best Cleaners. We're going to visit Cudney's main branch. That's up on South Broadway Street up in Saratoga. Another Best Cleaners in Loudonville. We have a few more to be determined on who's going to be available and bring us in. So hopefully with that, we can not only show you some of the cleaners that are participating in this fantastic program, but also get you to see how easy it is, and maybe even do a little run through on, when it comes into the store to when it goes out, what happens with that coat, and what do the cleaners do to that. And we did mention, we'll get to that other one in a moment. This is what I did last year, Walt. I went to one of the shelters in Schenectady and actually handed out coats. The people would come in, they would be given, okay, you need this, you need this, you have 2 children, and they would get to go through the racks and pick out what jacket they wanted. It was almost like you're going shopping. It was really a tremendous thing. It's not just like, okay, this is the jacket you have to take, that's it. You can pick your own style if it's available. You can pick your own color if it's available. And most people, if not all of them, left that place very grateful and very happy to have a coat. And it made them feel proud. Some people can be a little bit embarrassed or something like, doing something like this. We made it, it was so loving, it was so giving, it was so touching, and it was not made a big deal of, if you know what I mean.
And as you said,
come in, grab a coat, leave, and get what you want.
It's like going to the store and picking one out.
Exactly.
And as we were saying with Tim, I mean, we called Coats for Kids, but certainly, if you've got a coat for an adult,
that's right.
Don't think that you can't bring it, because I'm sure we can find some way to get it to somebody.
And men, women, and children all are benefiting from this Coats for Kids. Even though it's a campaign that started specifically for kids, it's not that anymore. You saw adults shopping. They were either picking out for their children, they were either picking out for themselves or for one of the family members that weren't theirs. So certainly any what we like to call gently used coat. You may have a son or daughter that grew out of one, but it's still in pretty decent shape. Bring it on into one of these participating dry cleaners, and certainly they will do the rest of the job. They'll clean it, they'll fix it if it needs any repair, and it will get to someone who needs it this year. As we know, it's been some nice weather over the last couple of weeks, but we're getting through October. We're heading towards November. We know what happens in the capital region when that occurs. And I also wanted to let everybody know some of the sponsors who are helping us with this. I don't know if we can get back to that first graphic that we showed. There we go. You can see the nice Coats for Kids logo, but we also have Meridian's Furniture, who is on board helping us out, and the National Cleaners Association, and of course Fox 23. So with the 3 of us on board, hopefully this gets out to every little nook and cranny everybody of the Capital District. Everybody hears about it, and we get a coat for everybody who needs it.
And certainly, if you check our website, fox23news.com, we'll have the information there for you, a list of some of the cleaners. And as Steve and Jason will be telling you every day where to go. And if you look for that poster, you'll know where to go to drop those things off and make sure that a kid or an adult has a warm coat this season. Thank you, Steve, for joining us.
Always
Thank you
a pleasure.
for joining us. And we hope you'll take part in the Coats for Kids program. We hope we'll see you next week. Take care.